What's up everyone? So this is my first video with my new lighting thing. I don't know what the name is, but hopefully this improves the quality of the videos. So today I wanted to make a video about cusps. So if you are new to astrology and don't know what a cusp is, it's essentially, and I'm going to be mainly referring to sun signs just because that's like how I've seen cusps really work. So cusps are when you have a planet, in this case the sun, that's in between or at the very end or the very start of a certain sign. So like in the generally for sun signs, it's when you're born about 3 days before or after the start of a certain sign. So this is up for debate. A lot of astrologers, some astrologers are very radical about this. They're really like, if you're born 1 second after Pisces, shifted from Aquarius, you're 100% of Pisces. Doesn't matter. They have this very absolutist view of it. For me, it's never made sense. It's been a mix of it. One, never making sense. Two, the fact that I've seen it with so many clients and in myself also, that at least for sun signs, cusps to me are a real thing. So it's when you essentially blend the energy of two different signs. So in my case, obvious example, in the last degree and a half of Pisces. So I'm like a Pisces Aries, which is very and I do have a lot of fire in my chart besides that, but I feel like a lot of people are surprised I'm a Pisces unless they really get to know me. It's very dynamic, very fiery, all that stuff. And so each cusp has a name. I've liked to really break this down. So in this video, I want to speak briefly about each cusp. Now, I do have some notes in front of me because not every cusp comes as easily to me. I've seen some of them. Maybe there's some that I haven't seen. So let's start with the one I was talking about for myself, which is the cusp of rebirth. And actually, before I get into that, I want to talk a little briefly about why I think cusps are real. So I saw some other astrologer, I can't remember the name, say pretty much a similar thing that really spoke to how I felt about it. It's that energy doesn't just shift right away. You can even think about the lunar cycle. It doesn't just go from full moon to new moon. It slowly, gradually builds up. And then in the day after the full moon, you're still feeling some of the effect of the full moon, And that's how I think it is with cusps. Another metaphor I came up with a few years ago about cusps, maybe 1 year ago, I was driving from my dad's in the south of France to Spain, to Barcelona, to take a flight to Romania. And I realized how the border of France, it really, you get into this little zone where you're kind of in Spain, kind of in France. There's tons of Spanish flags and different things or Catalan flags, but you're still actually in France. The closer you get to the border, the more it's just kind of a mix of both. And then you get into Spain, there's still some feeling of being in France, and then eventually get to a point where okay, I'm definitely in Spain. That's how I feel about cusps. So let's see. So this article from tarot.com is interesting. My friend Danielle /Inadel, that some of you guys might follow, I think she was the one who originally told me about this. So let's see. So the cusp of rebirth is, like I said, it is a dreamer. It mixes the dreaminess of Pisces with the go-getterness of Aries. So that dynamic ability. So it's you can dream, but then actually go manifest it. And of course, this also really has to do with other parts of your chart. So then after that, we get to what's known as the cusp of power. And this is where Aries and Taurus are together, born between, what's dates? April 17th to April 23rd. And this makes one a firecracker and a force to be reckoned with. Like I said, it's power. Obviously, Taurus is Aries is a sign that likes to start things and go after things, while Taurus has an ability to really build things over the long term. So it makes one have the Venus influence from Taurus with that Mars influence from Aries. And kind of combining those two, you have the best of both worlds. So it says, together this combination of energy is an unstoppable mix that has you leading the way up the ladder of success. And you can just think about fire mixed with earth, which can make something a very courageous yet go-getter Aries energy. So next is Taurus Gemini between May 17th and 23rd, the cusp of energy. You're combining Taurus with a dynamic air sign of Gemini. So it's someone who can be born both physically and strong and mentally agile. So it gives someone a very youthful social spirit where they also have the ability to really like ground and feel at home and feel comfortable with life, but also that dynamic kind of Gemini, very curious energy. So it's really the cusp of energy. What else does it say? And it's quite a dust storm of activities that you're kicking up. Depending on the situation, you can be both stable and inflexible, helping you adapt easily and find enjoyment wherever you are. You've got the stamina to do it all, then do some more. Interesting. So next is June 17th to 23rd, between Gemini and Cancer, the cusp of magic. Ooh, that's an interesting one. So between June 18th and June 24th, it makes someone very fun, kind, whimsical, with a huge heart, but also like you take like the intuition and the water, compassion, artistic abilities of both signs, really, of like the water, the deep emotional of the Cancer, with that dynamic kind of the poet, the person who can write stuff, who can really be all over the place, with the Mercury energy. It makes someone who can really like get like voice out and speak out the deep emotions found in Cancer. So it's filled with the curiosity of an air sign and the sentimentality of a water sign. Very interesting. I think there's quite a few singers that have that. Maybe, I don't know, it's Ariana Grande have that? I don't know. So next is Cancer Leo, the cusp of oscillation. So this is July 19th and 25th. Wide range of personality traits that can either make or break you. Very powerful, influential person. So I've seen tons of business people with this that are either born at the start of Leo or the end of Cancer. I think it makes someone have that kind of like boss status, Leo, proud, brave energy, the heart, with it's like the heart of Leo with like the deep sentimentality of Cancer, the ability to read people and situations, but also like someone who's really outgoing and able to go after what they want, right? So you have the fire with the water, the ability to start things, but also start deep, creative, sentimental things. Okay, I need to speed up because it's only like 7 minutes. Leo Virgo, so the cusp of exposure. So Leo Virgo, that's interesting because it can make one a very natural leader. And obviously, Leo, any fire sign. I think this is a cusp that really gets shit done. And because you're mixing the sun, which is the ego, the self, the lion's heart, with Virgo, a sign that is just so good at details, so good at building things over time, that to me, this is, someone who can really shine and really, really like a real good for entrepreneurship, for leadership, everything of that. And I think that the Earth Virgo really helps build things over time, but also with the steps, like figuring out the steps that get to a certain goal. Next one is called the Cusp of Beauty. So this is Virgo and Libra. And you combine the beauty, the need for everything to be balanced, for everything to have a certain feel to it, if it's relationships or just art or whatever it is around you, with that Virgo-ness of that essence of pushing for purity and trying to find purity in everything. So it says you have the grounded determination of an earth sign, Virgo, and the charisma and social ease of an air sign, Libra. This is a blissful blend of elements. When you're in the zone, you have a realistic understanding of the world, and you have the added benefit of being able to express your thoughts fairly and eloquently. No wonder you're so well liked. So it can make, cusp of beauty, very someone who, and that could also be very good for the arts and for creating also, because you have that Virgo step-by-step energy with Libra, which is obviously known for being creative, or at least being able to put things together in a very beautiful way. Okay, I need to really speed up. So Libra, Scorpio, cusp of drama. We can imagine that Libra and Scorpio together is, I haven't been mentioning the dates, October 19th to 26th. It's just like 3 days before and 3 days after the when those signs start. So this can make kind of drama queen energy. To me, I think it can bring a lot of intensity. I think that it's called cusp of drama and criticism, which can be calm and cool, or a dangerous hurricane. No matter if you're introverted or extroverted, you have an internal storm brewing in both your head and your heart. The only things that can make you feel settled is absolute honesty and learning the truth. Interesting. Yeah, I'm wondering if anyone listening to this has that alignment and would like to say something in the comments about it. So next is Scorpio Sagittarius, the cusp of revolution between November 18th and 24th. So this, to me, having these two signs together is bringing Mars and Jupiter. So I would say it has a lot to do with deep truths. It sounds very, very also Pluto involved too, Mars/Pluto. So it's really like it's very, very determined, very, very a mix of personal power and personal expansiveness, very, very optimistic outlook. Revolutionary, things of that nature. And you have the empathy of the water sign Scorpio, and then the excitement and the go-getterness of the Sagittarius. So that's very dynamic. Okay, so next is, we have 4 more, 3 minutes. The cusp of prophecy, Sagittarius and Capricorn. So let's see, 18th to 24th December, a true visionary headed towards certain success. You were born on the cusp of prophecy, and your strong will and intense determination will get you anywhere you want to go. So it's Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius, and Saturn, which rules Capricorn. So you're someone who's going to dream big, but really be able to achieve big too. Okay, cusp of mystery. This is Capricorn Aquarius, January 16th to 23rd. So to me, mixing these two very different signs. One's about getting the job done, getting to where you need to get, but also Saturn kind of limiting you in that. The other one's a very big dreamer, very, very, very different. So it's someone who's going to like try to do things in the right, like do things to find success, but are going to do it in their very own, sometimes somewhat unconventional, abstract type way. So very spontaneous, with tons of variety. Okay. And then we got Cusp of Sensitivity, Aquarius Pisces. This is the last one because I already did the Cusp of Rebirth. So Cusp of Sensitivity, Aquarius and Pisces is between February 15th and 21st. Very compassionate, creative people. Also very in touch with humanitarianism, with Aquarius is very humanitarianist, very involved with the collective, and then Pisces has that oneness and that deep, deep empathy. So you're having Uranus and Neptune. So to me, this is just like a revolutionary, someone who's very future thinking, who's just so able to give and do things for the world, and also probably super, super creative, spiritual, artistic, peace loving, and friendly. Really, really sensitive also. So understanding, empathetic, generous, intuitive, but somewhat, there can be some issues with emotion, things related to emotions. So anyways, I know I kind of went through these all. I just wanted to give you guys an idea. I know that I'm definitely having some listeners that have their suns on cusp. Like I said, I haven't investigated this enough with moon signs to give you anything, but I've done so many charts from clients or from people like friends and family, and I've looked at so many celebrity charts, and it's just something I've noticed. And like I said, I don't see how, based on my moon example and just how energy seems to work, how cusps could not be a thing. So anyways, let me know in the comments what you think, and also let me know if this is something that resonates with you, or if you are a cusp. Okay, thanks so much. Bye.